Events in Spain between the years 1789 and 1799.
1789. The French Revolution began. Immediately, the Spanish secretary Floridablanca, under the pretext of an epidemic, tries to disable the arrival of news on the happening in France. Carlos IV of Bourbon began his reign the year before.
1790 and 1791. The oath of the Constitution is imposed on the French monarch of Louis XVI. Floridablanca sends Paris writings that announce the revolutionaries that were considered traitors and rebels. It was almost a declaration of war. Carlos IV substitutes Floridablanca for a progressive Count of Aranda and returns the relations with the constitutional French monarchy.
1792. The Second Revolution explodes in France. The Tuileries assault and the proclamation of the Republic. Godoy, chief of the government, does everything possible to save the life of Louis XVI, but it doesn't work. Spain joins other powers of the ancient regime and declares the war to France.
1793. War between Spain and the French Convention. The extent of military operations diminishes to a part of Catalonia and of the Basque Country. After the first victories of the Spanish general Ricardo, the French men enter in Spain. Squares like Figueres and San Sebastián pick up themselves almost without resistance.
1794. French troops occupy Figueres and San Sebastián. In the course of the War of the Roussillon, it was a conflict that faced the monarchy of Carlos IV of Spain and the First French Republic between 1793 and 1795.
1795. Godoy signs the Peace of Basilea with France. It ended the war of the convention between both countries that was initiated in 1793, and it was a disaster for the Spanish monarchy.
1796. San Ildefonso's Agreement, in which France and Spain agreed to maintain a military policy joint against Great Britain.
1797. The attack to Trinidad was a military action executed by British forces. It was the consequence of San Ildefonso's Agreement in 1796 for the governments of Spain and France, and by which both nations became allied, turning Spain into enemy of Great Britain.
1798. The conquest of Minorca was a British military action because Spain and France were fighting against England. The island was recovered by Spain later.
1799. It began the war between Spain and Russia. It was a military conflict between the Russian Empire and the Kingdom of Spain, motivated by the alliance of the Bourbon Spain.
Thanks for your attention.
Created using Powtoon.